Our next item on the agenda is remarks by our superintendent, which we look forward to hearing every time. So, Brian, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I have to be honest, I'm distracted about the 417 mile. My mile's double that, and I got to move. I got to figure out how to get faster. But, you know, when you're supported by strong community, strong parents, strong teacher leaders, and you put in the work, the time, and the energy, great things happen. And I'm so proud of both the band at Fossil Ridge, but also the Christian, the athlete that we just recognized from Fort Collins High School. As always, over the last couple of weeks, I've had an opportunity to visit many, many schools, and love to start off my community comments just by highlighting some of the great things that are happening across the system. Last week, had a chance to start the week at McGraw Elementary School in their IB program. Was really impressed by the student ambassadors and student leadership who were embodying the IB character traits in their work and their heart, and being able to tell me about how proud of the school they were. And then on the back end of my visit, to sit down with a multitude of teachers and teacher leaders alongside their principal, Miss Amy Smith, and talk about the hard work that they've done in planning their IB lessons and units of study, and how committed they are to getting feedback from each other and IB committees. It's just a school that is, founded on excellence, and couldn't be more proud to represent that. Had a chance to visit Olander Elementary School. You may remember last year one of my favorite stories was talking about Miss Molander at Olander. She's still teaching fourth grade and doing great things. Had a chance to see her class and saw the class that I visited last year, and was just so proud that they remembered me. It reminded me of the significance of positive interaction and inspiring and connecting with each other. And they inspired me. I don't know if I inspired them. I sure tried. But had an opportunity yesterday to visit one of their music teacher, Mr. Orrin Logan. If you want to see magic in action, go see Mr. Logan's class. He was doing interpretive dance with first graders, and they were doing a crab dance, and he was having as much fun as them. And I left with my cheeks hurting because I was smiling, and it was just so much joy and love in the classroom. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it. Had a chance to then visit Beatty Elementary School, who's getting ready to gear up to have 8 student teachers join them in the next semester from Colorado State, from UNC, and the University of Wyoming. Their commitment to building a pipeline of high effective teachers coming through the school is a tremendous legacy for their outgoing principal, Dave Patterson, and I just couldn't be more proud of the work that's happening in that community. Had a chance to visit so many other schools. I could talk about all of them. I went to Preston and saw a culture of providing significant feedback to teachers and high quality literacy practices. Was walking the halls of Cruz Elementary School with Principal Kirk Samples. And you wouldn't even know, it was so subtle. I said, what just happened? A kid came out of a classroom, paired up with the principal, and just started touring the building with us. It was like, you wouldn't even know what just happened. They were connecting with each other, talking about life, talking about families. And I said, well, Kirk, what just happened? He's like, yeah, we do this thing every time we have a student that's in need of something, some type of support. We do a 2x10. I said, what's a 2x10? He's like, I'll meet with that student for 2 minutes for 10 consecutive days and just talk about work, their life, and just make sure that they realize they're connected to something bigger than themselves. Super proud of that. Super proud of seeing that across all of our schools. And that could not have been embodied anywhere better in the last couple of weeks than Timnath Elementary School. As many of us know, suffered a horrific tragedy over the last couple of weeks where they lost 2 of their students. I'm so proud of how this entire community, our parents, the town of Timnath, our mental health specialists and school counselors, our cabinet team, have supported the teachers at Timnath who are so resilient, who continue to not just show up, but make sure that they're putting on their very best for their students to have a world-class experience. And in spite of a really difficult time, you know what? All of our parents in that community continue to bring their children back each and every day, because they know that when they show up, that our teachers and their principal and their assistant principal are going to show them incredible, infinite levels of love and care, make sure that they feel like they belong, and continue to move their academic work forward. And the leadership of Jill Barella and the broader leadership team in that school is nothing short of tremendous. And I just ask us to continue to keep that community and our broader community top of mind. We're going to continue to stay committed to continuous improvement efforts just as a way of work in our district, and tonight is no different. Another school that we'll have an opportunity to hear from is Blevins Middle School tonight. And I want to be really clear. There are some academic challenges and opportunities that we know as a system that are going to need to improve at Blevins Middle School, and we're not shying away from that. I'm super proud and committed and confident in the leadership as well as the teaching faculty members at Blevins Middle School who are working tirelessly around the clock to make sure that all students, not just some, have incredible outcomes at the end of not just this year, but every year. It takes a team effort. They're working through some challenges and in partnerships across all of our labor groups and associations. I'm really, really proud of the work that's taking place and looking forward to having you hear about that tonight as one of our presentations. Another one of our presentations that we're going to talk about, these things don't happen without committed people, and they don't happen without high quality resources, and that requires us to be very good fiscal stewards and be incredibly deliberate about how we talk and use our budget. And tonight will be the first of many presentations that you will hear over the coming months on our budget. And although we are already planning around our budget needs and priorities as a system, and there's a long list as we all know, and we're going to need to continue to discuss that and challenge each other, our budget conversations will not come into complete focus until later this spring when the state legislature completes its work to revise the school finance formula. I think that's really, really important to note from the onset tonight. As we begin to engage in these conversations, we're going to have to be uncomfortable in spaces of where we don't have a closure. We don't have all the information. And that's going to be challenging, and I ask all of us to be patient, but I'm excited for all of us to lean in, as always, into that very important process. And then as you think about where we are in this school year, we're closing out on the first semester, we're in the middle of December. I want to acknowledge that this time of year is incredibly celebratory for many people across our community, across the globe. But it's also a time of year that can be incredibly challenging for many of our families, for many of our employees, and for many of our students. And so I think it's really important in the role that I play to ask people to find joy, to seek balance. It's an incredible opportunity to get plugged into a plethora of school events, whether it's a musical performance or a play, an opportunity to get engaged in the community, to realize that we're all a part of something bigger than ourselves, and these are opportunities for us to connect with each other. I also want to say that as we have a bunch of feelings that kind of emote during these times of the year, that if you need help, that you ask for it, and you recognize that there are resources in this community as well as this district, and that we're here and want to listen and want to engage with you, not just in celebratory moments when people are state champs and doing things great at a high level, but we want to talk to you even more when things aren't going well and you need support, and we want to remind you that you're not alone. And I ask that you engage in that conversation in a way. There are people here that are committed, and it's everybody. All you need to do is step up and say, I know it's hard to be vulnerable, but I just want to invite people to be able to do that. And if you have, I think, is it 988, Madeline? 988 is a resource that's available to people that may not feel comfortable seeing somebody in person or asking for help in our schools, but I just want to encourage you to use and take advantage of the resources that are available. I couldn't be more proud to be the superintendent of the Poudre School District. Thank you for your time.